Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the show that needs to begin by me getting something off my chest. Folks, your honorable mentions are chocolate chip cookies from Mrs. Fields. That never was said. Second honorable mention is carrot cake. Yeah, I said it, carrot cake. Number 5 is Ben & Jerry's S'mores ice cream. As far as no one brought up Ben & Jerry's. Number 4, okay, we'll go with cheesecake. Number 3, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the lava ones. If you haven't had those yet, you should.
Okay.
Number 2, Red Velvet Cake. And number 1, Toll House Pie. That's the list.
Wow.
And that was stayed last night. And by the way, Black Forest cake is disgusting. All right, let's move on. Welcome, everybody,
Sure.
to this episode of the
That's one
show.
of my favorite cakes. What do you mean? I have it on my birthdays every.
Shut up!
You shut up, Bob. This is ridiculous already.
And with that, welcome to Dad's Turn to Talk. My name is Derek. Happy to have you with us here tonight. I don't know about Josh, but that's how we're starting this evening.
Good
All right,
Lord.
A couple of announcements before we begin. Forgive me. That was too good. All right. Folks, since Josh really does like Black Forest cake, why don't you do us a favor and follow his lead and like our show? You can find it right there with a little thumbs up. The extra cherry on that disgusting Black Forest cake can be found on the subscribe button. That's on the right. Feel free to click that as well. We'd love to have you join us on our little journey here. We also do timestamp our episodes. So if there's a particular topic you would like to get to, you can find it in the description there. But go ahead and join us for the whole thing because we'd like to think that you just like to talk about nonsense like we do here every week. So why not listen to it? Feel free. Thanks, everybody. Having said that, why don't we get on with introducing our regular cast of characters here. First of all, a man who we just talked about his favorite dessert, so I'm sure he's happy to hear from me. Hello, Josh.
It was so much fun last week without you. Let me tell you, Lily did a
and
great job.
let's talk about that for a second. You didn't get disciplined nearly as much as you should have last week, so we're going to double up on this episode.
It was so nice.
Well, that's over now, isn't it? So pull up your pants, strap up the overalls, and be a man.
I'll tell you what, I am still not over the Hulk Hogan news.
Yeah, you know what?
Why don't we hear from you, Derek? You want to run anything?
I was going to introduce you guys first, but I'll go ahead now. Thanks for that, Josh.
Of course.
So my inner child was crying pretty dang hard last week. Just losing a journeyman in the entertainment industry like Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know, I know we all knew him from the Cosby Show, but man, that guy kept a really consistent career for a long time. So losing him was very tough, especially the way he went was awful. Losing the Prince of Darkness himself in Ozzy. I remember I was introduced to metal when I was about 12 years old, and he was right in the thick of it. And so while we were in Maui, actually, Mama, I'm Coming Home started playing in the candy store we were at. And everybody was just like, this is too soon. Like, none of us were ready to handle that. So it just reminded you he had some great ones, man. And then actually on our way back home, driving home from the airport, War Pigs came on. So that also, great song. All right. And then, of course, what can you say? We lost the Immortal.
Yep.
That's really it. I could try to find the words here, but you guys pretty much said everything I was going to. That's a huge reason why the inner child was crying like it did. Because that was the real life hero, like that felt like came out of a comic book that we all came to know and worship. So, it feels weird even talking like that right now. It feels surreal.
He was our Babe Ruth. That's what somebody said. If you think
I don't know
about
if I'm going to go that far. I would take him more as like a real life Marvel character.
Just
or
like
real life DC. Yeah, like it's
weird.
It is weird, and it's going to be weird talking about him in the past tense. But I thought that Bob, thank you for sending that video to us on the group thread this week.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was perfect. I'm surprised they were able to get that down under 4 minutes because boy, you could have gone a long time with just about all of those moments, which is maybe the point, right? You get to watch it and then talk about it with folks and think about it. And yeah, it was a sad state of affairs last week. I understand why you think July sucks, Josh. I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But boy, apologies, and all the positive thoughts to the families involved. And I wish I had more for you on that level, but I don't. There's what's been said has been said, so I don't think there's going to be any magic I can sprinkle all over that and take it any further. So miss you 3 already.
Yep.
There that is. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about another guy who hopefully doesn't deal with death in his profession, but certainly deals with old age. The one and only Bob. How are we this evening, Bob?
I'm doing good. I want to thank Josh for getting the show off to a sour start.
I know, right?
Only he can start it off that way.
It
was already depressing enough last week that we got to start it off again this week. Derek gets back from Hawaii and we got to start it off this way. So, yeah, Derek, it's good to have you back. I'm thankful for Lily for holding down the fort.
Thank you, Lily.
A fine job last week. But I got to say, Derek, I really thought that you made Hawaii look a lot more exciting than it actually was.
And Derek used to have that hair.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't think you actually did. For some reason, I don't think you actually did any of those things. But
no,
thank you for sending that clip to us.
Yeah, but I watched that intro a lot when I was young.
So good.
I'm glad you liked that.
Thank you for bringing that back. Oh, and by the way, I beat the shark in my cage, and I did eat all the chicken. And I did all those friends. All my friends are now those lifeguards that you also
go.
On the screen. So,
but no, it's good to have you back, and let's have some fun tonight.
Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to talk about a couple of different topics here tonight. One is something that I'm still trying to get my head around, and I don't even want to see it, and I'm still trying to get my head around it. The Fantastic Four. Luckily, we have some folks here who can talk about that. The second is one that Hawaii took my attention away from. Yes, Josh, I said it. That's Happy Gilmore 2. And then we'll talk about SummerSlam. And Josh is just foaming at the mouth to talk about that one. So that's going to be our show this evening. Why don't we get into topic number 1? Bob, if you would, please. Oh, God, this. All right. We're going to talk about Fantastic Four first. Okay, so Bob, we know you saw this. Josh, did you see this?
I saw it on Monday night.
I'm sure you just went nuts for it. Okay, let's get
He called me like at 11:30 at night. That's after he texts me. He's like, "Are you up?" Well, when I don't respond, he calls me anyway.
Yeah, but you weren't answering your phone all day. So come on. I had no idea you weren't working. You had a busy day the next day.
Okay, Josh, if I'm not answering, it's because I'm busy.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And
are we putting spoilers on this?
Yeah, let's go ahead and we
should probably do that.
Yeah, here we go.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
That is most likely what I would have been yelling at the screen after I saw whatever this was. So let's get on with it. Josh, why don't we start with you? Let's hear what you have to say.
I liked it. I really liked this movie. Mm-hmm. No, I did not. I've seen all of them. And like I told you, I hated the last one, the one that came in 2015 with Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan. I did not like that one at all. This one, different things that I loved. Absolutely loved the visuals on this. Really gave it a unique take on the city. And I thought they did just a great job. I really liked the Fantastic Four themselves, even Pedro as Reed Richards did a good job. Was he great? Not necessarily, but I liked him. I was okay with him, and loved the other three. Thought there was great chemistry between all of them. The one who played Johnny Storm from Stranger Things, I thought he was hilarious. I thought he did a good job doing that. There was this one scene, Bob. I don't know. We didn't talk about it. Didn't he he was reading a magazine? He's like, I can't even get the sexy alien to make a move on anymore or something. It was just something funny he said.
Like that. He said a few funny things.
Yeah, and there was a great space sequence, Derek, that honestly I think you would have liked. I think you would have liked this movie. They did well with Galactus. I know. Look, I know you're. No matter what, and I told Bob this. You could go to this movie and even like it. You would probably say, it's okay. I think already in your brain you're saying they can't do Fantastic Four right. Galactus, I thought, looked really good in this movie. Much better than, when they introduced him in Rise of the Silver Surfer. Now, I will say this, might be controversial. I don't know why they had, the female Silver Surfer instead of using the regular Silver Surfer. However, I thought she did a great job. I will give her that. I don't think she took away from the story at all. And I thought she, did well with what they gave her. Sue Storm in this, I thought was really cool. What's the actress's name?
Vanessa Kirby.
Vanessa Kirby. Yeah, I really liked her as Sue Storm. I thought the whole movie, I thought this was a step in the right direction. And I know there's some stuff that Bob thinks, so I'm not going to take away his thunder from it.
He's already taken half of it.
No, I haven't. Not at all. And what else? It wasn't boring at all for me. I really enjoyed it. The theater was not full, I'll tell you that. I thought, Jurassic World Rebirth, when I saw it, was busier. But all in all, I liked it. I think they did a good job with this.
All right. Well, I'll get to my thoughts about not seeing it after Bob is. So, Bob, if you would, please.
All right. I actually enjoyed this. I thought it was entertaining. It was very stylish. I liked that retro futuristic 60s vibe that it had. It very much reminded me of the show Fallout. Specifically in Fallout, there are some flashback sequences where it takes place in the 60s, 70s. And it's like a retro futuristic look. And I was really digging it in that show. So seeing it in this, I was kind of getting that vibe, and I really liked it there. So I really liked it here. It was very unique compared to the other Marvel films in the MCU. So I really liked that about this movie. The casting, I think, was good for the most part. Josh already touched on that. Pedro Pascal was easily the weakest part of this film when it came to the casting. He was fine. I had trouble buying him as this super genius, but he did have good chemistry with Vanessa Kirby. I thought what he did real well on were the family scenes. It were some of the other scenes that I just couldn't buy him as Reed Richards, but he was fine. And to be fair, he wasn't the first choice. A lot of other actors did turn this down before they got to Pedro Pascal. So he did as good as he could. But most people do think that he was miscast, or I shouldn't say most people, but a lot of people. Vanessa Kirby to me was the standout in the casting. I really liked her as Sue Storm. I thought she brought some weight and emotion to the character, and I really liked what they did with her for the most part. Eben Moss Bachrach as the Thing, he was good. I just kept expecting him to say yes, chef, all the way through the movie, but especially during the scenes where he was cooking. And then Joseph Quinn, he was good as Johnny Storm, so I liked him. Galactus to me was also a highlight. I thought they did him very well as opposed to what we got in the Rise of the Silver Surfer. I liked the look of him. He was massive. He was intimidating. so I thought they did a much better job with him in this film. And he actually did feel like a legitimate threat. So I really enjoyed that. Overall, I thought it was, I'm hesitant to say it was a step in the right direction, but I liked all of those things. Josh mentioned the space sequence. There is a space sequence I thought that was really good. As you see them trying to get away from Galactus, and the Silver Surfer is chasing them, and I thought that was really cool. And at the moment, spoiler alert, because we're already in the spoiler section, Sue Storm is pregnant, and with Franklin Richards, and she actually gives birth during the space sequence, and I actually thought that was cool. A pretty interesting scene, the way that was handled. So overall, I enjoyed all that. Now, some of the things that I didn't like, I thought there needed to be more action as far as seeing a team battle. I don't think that they handled the team fighting very good for the Fantastic Four, and that's something I'd like to see an improvement on when we get to Avengers Doomsday, as well as Secret Wars, or if we get to another Fantastic Four film. I want to see more of a team fight. Also, the final showdown with Galactus, I thought was a little weak. It could have been a lot better than what it was. And it kind of sucked that the fighting wasn't where it needed to be. I also thought that the film dragged a little bit in the beginning. It opens real strong, like with the first 10, 15 minutes. Like, it shows this montage, and it's all done like in a 60s style show, because the Fantastic Four were going to be on this show. And I thought that was really cool, because it basically runs through their origin, and it catches you up to what's going on in this world. And they do it within a real quick 5 to 10 minutes. They give you everything. And so I thought that was really cool. You see them functioning as a team, how the society looks at them. It's very well established that they are the only superheroes on this particular Earth, because this takes place on a parallel Earth, on a different on a different universe. And so it very much establishes that they are the only superheroes, which I think will be kind of interesting based on how this ended, where it could go for Avengers Doomsday. So those are some of the things, so it started off real hot, and then it kind of died out for about 20 minutes until we got to the Galactus stuff in space. And then it really picked up again at that point. So it did drag a little bit, but those are some of the things that I thought that the film didn't do very well. But overall, I did think that this was entertaining. This is actually 2 Marvel movies in a row that have been pretty decent. Unfortunately, you had Ironheart just between them. But we actually did get 2 good films with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. So I think that that's a good sign for Marvel. Hopefully, Spider-Man, which is the next one, and really that's a Sony project, but still in partnership with the MCU. Hopefully that's also good leading into Doomsday, and then we would have had 3 straight films leading up to that would have all been good. So hopefully the ending to this thing, I think this is where it could get interesting, because like I mentioned, they are the only superheroes on this planet. They have some references to Latveria and Doctor Doom throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Where Sue Storm, she's basically like working with like the United Nations or whatever the equivalent is there, as kind of like a leader. Role. And I'll have a comment on that here in a moment, but she's like in a leadership role, and you see like an empty chair where Latveria's representation is supposed to be. And so that's hinting that it's Dr. Doom. At the end of the movie, you see Franklin Richards being held up by Dr. Doom, and you don't see that it's Robert Downey Jr., but like it's seen from his kind of the side, or his
the green robe. You see the green robe.
Well, Josh, shut up! I'm talking. It's that he's like at an angle. He's like at an angle, and he's got the hood on. but he's got the mask off and he's kind of holding Franklin Richards. I was actually talking with MSK on the show that I do on Mondays, and we had kind of theorized that maybe he kidnaps Franklin Richards for his plans. And maybe that's why at the end of Thunderbolts, you see the Fantastic Four showing up on Earth in our dimension or in our universe, because maybe they're seeking help in order to fight Dr. Doom. So that could be kind of interesting if that's kind of the direction that it goes. So yeah, very entertaining. And then I said I had one more thought on Sue Storm being like a leader. They were making this big to do that Sue Storm was the leader of the Fantastic Four. No. She was a leader on Earth. Reed Richards was very clearly the leader of the Fantastic Four. So yet again, kind of like with Superman, where they had this big nothing burger about the immigration thing or not. You saw these outlets reporting Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four. That just turned out to be a big nothing burger. So
also,
but go ahead, Josh.
No, just the one thing the part with Dr. Doom at the end, Derek, it happened 4 years later. So the baby was now a kid, and wasn't he holding the mask in his hand?
No, I've heard.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was a toddler. So
he was a toddler. So, but I didn't realize that stuff with Thunderbolts at the end because I had.
That's because you haven't seen Thunderbolts.
But now I kind of want to. So what happened? They show up on Earth. You said
no. What you see. Okay, they're not the Thunderbolts. They're the new Avengers by that point. And they're monitoring space activity, and they see that a ship is coming into orbit, and they pull it up on the screen, and you could see it's the ship from the Fantastic Four with the big old 4 on it.
Got it.
And whatnot. So I think that's kind of the direction that they might be going, is that they're going to our Earth in order to get the help that they need to fight Dr. Doom, unless Dr. Doom came to this Earth. But I'm thinking it might be more of the other. Right. And I think that could be kind of interesting if you took the Avengers and everybody from this Earth into the futuristic one. I think that'd be kind of fun.
That'd be cool.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it could, because maybe they're going to come here, because also in the end credits scene of the Marvels, you find out that the X-Men are on another universe. So maybe Reed Richards and through his science, because he talks about in this movie, the multiverse, maybe he finds a ways to where he can travel to all the different ones, and he's going and picking up all the other superheroes in order to fight Doom. So that could be cool. I'm actually somewhat interested, or I shouldn't say somewhat. I'm actually interested to see what happens with Doomsday now, based on these last 2 Marvel films. They actually got me a little bit more excited. Now, obviously, a trailer could change all of that, but I'm actually looking up for it now, and we'll see what happens. Real quick, Derek, I actually liked this more than Superman.
I remember you saying that. I do remember.
Yeah, Superman.
That's not really a leg. That's not really a leg up for me. That's a real low bar. So let me tell you why I won't be seeing this, gentlemen. I don't see a point in anything having to do with Fantastic Four trying to mock the Brady Bunch. You know, trying to imitate them. I don't care how many buddy robots they have in this movie. Okay, it's just a worthless way to try to do this, in my opinion. And not to mention the fact that Galactus finds his salvation by eating the baby. Like that, no, this is a waste of time. It just is. Now, I'm glad you guys had fun with it. That's great, but I see no point in that. That's that. Yeah, Josh, that's right.
Hey, gosh, that's great to hear.
So I'm glad you both enjoyed it. That's great. Maybe I'll give it a watch when it's on Disney Plus, just for
I get it. If you don't want to, take the risk to go waste your money to go see it because you're not sure about it, but I do think it's worth watching on streaming, and it'll be one you probably need to watch before we do get to Doomsday. Yeah. So I do think it's worth watching. Like I said, I thought it was fun. Like if I had to give this a ranking, I actually ranked this over on Critic List. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I gave it a 60%. Is it perfect? No, it's got some problems, but it was entertaining. It was kind of like Thunderbolts on that. I thought it was entertaining, and this was probably my favorite comic book movie this year. Again, I don't think that that's a real high bar because Superman I didn't think was great.
No.
I really hated the story, and I really hated what they did with Superman's parents, as well as I really hated the James Gunn humor for that character. So I was disappointed in that. But on the flip side, I did think there was a lot of positives in Superman. So even though I'm like excited for the DC universe, based on what I saw with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, I think Marvel still might have a leg up on DC because I just think these two films were a little bit better than what DC's got going on. But again, I know I'm kind of in the minority. I think the general audience seems to be liking Superman. So
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, Doomsday. Well, Dr. Doom is still Robert Downey Jr. Let's not forget that. So that's also still a problem to me. But okay, yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll give it a watch when it comes out on streaming. And the other thing too, I mean, I just don't know if I'm always also of the opinion that I don't know if every comic book needs to be made a movie too. I know we've talked about this, but seeing as how Fantastic Four just keeps like swinging and missing, like when I saw Galactus, I'm like, okay, but I mean, it kind of looks cheesy.
it's
it looks good, and they did not miss though on this, Derek.
There's a little bit of cheese to it, but I don't think it's bad. I think Galactus, for the most part, was done pretty well in this. I was pretty pleased with Galactus.
I mean, would it be fair to say, Derek, you're criticizing this based on your past experience with Fantastic Four because it was actually a good movie? This
looks stupid. I saw the trailer just like you did.
Bob, did you think it was stupid?
No, I didn't think it was stupid. I liked it.
Okay. Bob, do you want to say about, you made a good point on the phone the other day about Phase 4? Do you want to that?
So what I was telling Josh is that this film very much felt like a Phase 1 movie. Yep. As far as its tone and style and the way it introduced the characters and kind of how it flowed. This is the tone that Phase 4 should have been.
Yep.
Because what they tried to do was they tried to make every movie Endgame. You can't do that. You have to build towards that. They should have started Phase 4 with a brand new tone that felt like Phase 1 again, and build up towards the new big bad that you were trying to do.
Right.
If they had done that, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yep.
Now, to be fair, they barely got their heads out of their butts and have decided that, we screwed up. Let's see if we can fix it. The question is if it was too little too late. Now, again, I liked Fantastic Four. I think, again, I'm hesitant to say it's a step in the right direction because I don't want to get burned. But that's 2 in a row that I've liked. So, well, not counting Ironheart. Ironheart's garbage.
Right.
There's that.
Yeah, Ironheart's bad. I got through 2 episodes of it. And I couldn't pick it back up. You know, and the only reason I watched it was because so many people were talking about how bad it was that I was like, surely it's not that bad. But this made, like, The Acolyte is no longer the worst show I've ever seen on television.
Wow.
Just 2 episodes of Ironheart did that for me. It's bad. I mean, it's bad, man.
See, She-Hulk did that for me.
Oh, God, watch Ironheart. She-Hulk is going to feel like Casablanca.
Oh, good Lord. But no, it did feel like I agree. It did feel like a Phase 1 movie. And if they had done this movie right after Endgame, I think they would have been better off.
And it doesn't have to be the one right after Endgame, but it could have been just there in Phase 4. Or you just had the Phase 4 films have a tone like this. Like Shang-Chi when they did that one, they turned it like into this cosmic level thing where, he's fighting on this flying dragon and all this other stuff. That should have been a street level kung fu movie. That's what it should have been, because he would have gotten his cosmic level event when he got to the new Avengers film. That's the way, that's the way he should have been introduced at street level, and it's a good old fashioned kung fu movie.
That would have been good, man. Yeah.
A Black Widow, again, should have been different. That actually should have been a Phase 3 movie, and they shouldn't have killed her off. Or shouldn't show. Well, she died off in Endgame, so like they wouldn't have had to show like the cemetery scenes and stuff. Like that movie should have been a Phase 3 movie leading into Avengers Infinity War. It's I still like the idea that it was like a like a look back at a lot of stuff, but it should have been focused on Budapest and had Hawkeye like in the flashback sequences. And then the rest of the movie is her dealing with the consequences. Maybe after she had gone into hiding after Avengers Civil War, that's when that movie should have come out. And that's what they should have done. And instead they made it all about her family. And then you got the new Black Widow, which a lot of fans have had a hard time accepting, but I did like her in Thunderbolts.
I always thought that they should have done the Black Widow, just to get back on that topic. I thought that should have been their female born identity. I thought that they should have built up to the flashbacks.
I agree.
And to unveil all of that. I thought that would have been a really good way to do it and have Hawkeye kind of help in that process.
Yeah.
They took a lot of weird turns in that, and it just kind of went off the map for me.
I don't think
you still haven't seen Ballerina, right?
No, I need to see that.
Okay. That after I saw Ballerina, I said that's what Black Widow should have been.
Okay. Then I really want to watch it.
Minus the rated R stuff. I mean, you would have had to tone it down a little bit to make it PG-13. But my point is that it should have been that kind of tone.
Got it. All right.
Yeah, I don't think
they knew what they were
doing. I don't think they knew what they were doing in terms of Black Widow.
Of course. Well, of course they didn't, because the thing is, they were trying to give Scarlett Johansson her movie, but then there was the pandemic, and then they were going to release it on streaming, and that should have never happened. It should have just been a theater only movie. There was a lot of stuff that they did wrong with that movie. Again, they were trying to introduce some of the new characters that they were going to use, but because they never developed them properly, there's part of your problem. And that, again, is Marvel's big issue going forward. Not every movie has to be, all these well-known characters, because they introduced several of them in earlier films. So some of them are due for their own movie. The problem is that a lot of them weren't introduced properly when they were first introduced. And then the ones that were introduced in the new phases definitely never really got developed. Like Ironheart was a trash character in Wakanda Forever, and then they turned around and gave her a show. Yeah, she was never developed properly to begin with, and then they turned around and just threw a bunch of garbage up on the screen with her. Yeah. But this actually, I thought they did a good job developing the family dynamic and everything with the Fantastic Four. And it was cool that they didn't insult our intelligence and give us the origin all over again.
Yeah, I like the way they did this.
What was that, Josh?
I said I like the way they did this.
I want to hear that one more time, because you have fought us tooth and nail that they always need to have an origin.
No, I like the way they did this. I wish they had John Malkovich in it like they wanted to. They got rid of his scene. I don't know why, because he was head of the, what did I say, but the Red Apes or whatever it was called?
Yeah, something like that.
Derek, there's a scene in the movie where it shows clips of them fighting these different villains.
Okay.
So
yeah, but it's like actual Fantastic Four villains, so that's kind of
right.
Cool. And it corresponds with like actual comic covers and stuff. Yeah. So that was cool.
They did cool. Any thoughts of Silver Surfer yourself, Bob?
Yeah, I had no problems with the Silver Surfer as far as the performance by Julia Garner. I thought she did a fine job. I actually think she's a good actress. Loved her in Ozark. Yeah. I think, there's that new movie that's coming out probably in the next week or two that I think it's called Weapons. think it's like in the next week or two that she's in. That looks kind of interesting. Let me see when that releases. So I think she's actually a pretty good actress. Yeah, it comes out here in a couple weeks. So I think not even a couple weeks, here in about a week. So I think she's pretty good, but I still would have preferred the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. So for me, I don't think it was that I disliked the Silver Surfer. It was more of a preference thing for me. I don't see the point in picking an obscure character when you have the Silver Surfer we all know,
right,
that you could have used, especially because, you know, they still did something similar with the Silver Surfer as the previous one. Not completely, but similar. So if you were going to just do that, you might as well just use Norrin Rad to begin with anyway.
Yeah. I was pleasantly happy with this. Especially, I was not after the last trailer. When I saw that last trailer, I was not happy with it. So I'm pleasantly happy with how it turned out.
Okay. Well, the trailers were enough for me. Thanks, folks. All right.
You're going to see it even if you didn't watch the trailers, probably.
So, no, I saw it and I made enough of my own analysis to see it from the trailers. Okay?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kim left to go to the bathroom. There is no bathroom.
That's right. There is no bathroom. It's it. The end. All right. Let's move on to the second topic of the evening, if we could, please, Bob.
All right.
Yes, folks, they made a second one. That only took 27 years, I think, something like that.
30.
Came out in what, 96?
Yeah, I think
or was it earlier? Hold on.
I thought it. Oh, it wasn't.
Hold on, I got to see when it came out. 96.
Okay, so like 29. Yeah. Dear Lord. All right. Well, better late than never, I suppose. This is about Happy Gilmore 2, and I'm going to lean on Bob and Josh to discuss this as well because I was in Hawaii when this was happening, eating all the chicken and battling sharks. So this time we will start with Bob with his analysis.
There we go.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
That's twice in one night. Forgive me.
All right. This movie was stupid. It was stupid. Now, that being said, the original one is stupid. And I still laughed on this, and I still enjoyed it for the most part. But it is not even in the same league as the first film. So I think the first half of the movie was funnier than the second half because the basic point, Derek, is that Happy Gilmore, he and his wife have 4 boys. They've got a daughter. He's talking about the possibility of leaving golf, and she convinces him, no, you need to keep golfing. Golf's not done with you yet. And he's out on this tour, and he hits the ball, and it ricochets off something, and it turns around and hits her right in the head, and she dies. So he kills his wife with the golf ball, and he gets all depressed, starts drinking heavily. He loses grandma's house again. And so his boys have to move out on their own. MJF plays the oldest son. I don't even know how old he's supposed to be, but apparently old enough to where he can get a house with his brothers without anybody else or without any adults living there. So I'm guessing he's supposed to be an adult already. And Happy Gilmore moves in with his daughter, who wants to go to this dance school that in Paris. And so Happy Gilmore decides that he needs to start golfing again in order to get the money. So, you know, he golfs. He ends up getting in this tournament that he finishes like in 6th place. But he ends up making like a qualifying to another tournament because there's this brand new league that's supposed to be inspired by Happy Gilmore. That's like, it's almost like American Gladiators in golf or something like that. It's or like an obstacle course, as they're playing golf. This guy gets this idea that he wants to update golf for a new generation and stuff. And so you've got all these brand new golfers that are challenging like all the masters, and Happy Gilmore's one of them. And so you got these two going at it, and it gets real dumb in the second half of the film when we start getting to that stuff. The movie itself, I mean, it's got some good laughs, I think, early on. I don't think it's very funny in the second half. There's a lot of nostalgia. Ben Stiller's playing his character again.
That's good.
Isn't he running the AA, right? He's running
the AA program that Happy Gilmore is part of. And part of the program is he says he can do whatever he wants. So he's got all the people that are in the AA cleaning his gutters and painting his house.
Why does he clean those gutters up there?
So that's actually kind of funny. You got several characters who make their return. The characters that don't make their return, their kids show up. Like what was
guy?
that one?
The one
that real tall one who had the nail in his head.
Yeah.
His son.
His son.
His son is in it, and I think it's Boban Marjanovic, who's played his son.
Is this your
which actually works? What was that one guy that was always teasing Happy Gilmore on the golf course?
Oh, the one who wanted to go to Red Lobster, and he
always kept saying stupid things to mess Happy Gilmore up. What would he always say?
What he said?
Jackass.
Yeah, that's it. He always jackass. Well, his son is in it. Chubb's son is in it, and for some reason, Chubb's son also has a wooden hand.
All right, that's good. That's good nostalgia. I'll take that.
Shooter McGavin is in it, but he and Happy Gilmore actually make up, and Shooter McGavin is helping to train all the masters for their big match against these other hot shots. You got it. Like I said, you got MJF in it. Becky Lynch plays one of the golfers from this other group. I mean, it's kind of a dumb movie.
Travis Kelce's in it as a waiter.
Yeah, Travis Kelce's in it. Yeah, it's fun for what it is. I enjoyed it. Like, I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's entertaining. I can think of worse things to do with an hour, 45 minutes of my time. So I did laugh, especially when he tries to start golfing again after it's been like 30 years or whatever. And that's a hilarious scene when he's trying to golf again, but he's drunk when he's doing it. So that's hilarious. But overall, it does not match up to the original. It's definitely not a worthy sequel. Fun sequel, but not worthy.
Okay. All right. Well, that is the Bob review. Josh, on to you, sir.
I agree with Bob. I was not a fan of this movie. Yes, there were funny parts on it. By the way, Derek, the second half of the movie where this guy based his new golf course about Happy Gilmore, the whole thing was they basically said that everybody has a ligament in their back that helps with rotation, that restricts rotation, and they've cut it in these golfers so that way they can hit the ball further than Happy Gilmore.
Oh, okay.
So they're hitting like 1,000-yard drive. It's who was the one that played Billy? What's his name?
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, who at first I thought was Chaz Bono at first.
Chaz Bono. He's the one who's I see dead people.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's
I know.
The guy.
Yes, and so that was the whole big thing, was that they could outdrive Happy.
Well, they actually couldn't outdrive him. It's when Happy used his rage and hate is when he could outdrive them.
It was definitely an unworthy sequel to me. First one was so much better. Right away, killing his wife off just hit me the wrong way. I was not happy.
Literally.
Literally, like Bobby was totally fine with it. He's like, "Oh, I'm fine with that." I was not. I mean, I thought her and him had such good chemistry in the first one.
It was Julie
that-
Bowen, right?
Yeah, that I think he did it so that he had his own wife was in this and his daughter.
Okay.
And I don't know, it just was all weird. Like I just did not like it.
But it's not like he had a romantic relationship with anybody in the film. They actually still have flashbacks with her, or she appears to him like as not as a ghost, but like, you know, he sees her throughout the film and she actually talks to him. So it's not like she's not in the film.
Right, but
she's still in it.
Promoted this, you would have thought she was a secondary character in this film, a supporting character throughout the whole film. And the fact that she dies in 5 minutes, that I thought it was
That's
stupid.
because they didn't want to give the spoiler away.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid.
If I reminded Josh, you remember the way they killed Chubbs?
Well, I get that.
Yes.
And that was stupid. But
it was already stupid to begin with.
Yeah, it did. But there were definitely funny callbacks. Bob Barker. There's a part where he is in the cemetery and
yes. Oh,
with
this is actually funny.
Yeah, with Chris. Oh my god, I just lost his name.
So he's in this cemetery. The scene actually starts with Shooter McGavin, who has been living in an insane asylum ever since he grabbed Happy's jacket and ran off with it, and he gets released. And so he finds out that Happy Gilmore's wife has died, and
he gets released from the guy who started that other golf.
Okay. Anyway, so he goes to the cemetery to pay his respects to Happy's wife because he always thought she was good for the game of golf and stuff like that. And of course, Happy shows up around the same time, and they have their big reunion. And so they start having a fight. And as they're fighting through the cemetery, everybody who's died, their tombstone is in this cemetery. Like they're fighting. At one point, he goes to headbutt Shooter McGavin, and he headbutts him on Grandma's tombstone. And then they keep fighting, and then you see Chubb's tombstone, and then they keep fighting, and you see Bob Barker's tombstone. Everybody who died, their tombstone is in this cemetery.
And then you hear the lady's voice that says, Meester, help me. And they look at the tombstone and they walk away. So there were some funny parts. And Bobby does it in a funny way that I'm like, yeah, that was funny. That part was funny.
Like there's some Josh would normally like this because there's all these cameos. But the story itself is not very good. It's just not.
It took
not that the original had like a great story or anything like that, but it sleeps in. Josh, I'm not saying it was a great story. I didn't say it wasn't good. Said it wasn't a great story. And it's just leaps and bounds ahead of this one. I think this one's pretty dumb for the most part. Yeah. His kids, they're all just like him. They're always wanting to beat everything up. There's this one scene where he's about to go to the tournament, and he gets into the car, and he's trying to start the car, and it won't start. And all of his kids are there, his 4 boys and daughter, and he starts banging on the car because it's not starting. And then all the kids start banging on the car from the outside, including the daughter. She's like kicking the car and whatnot. And then about that time, Steve Buscemi, who's playing the neighbor, he goes up and he starts kicking the car and whatnot. And then they all stop and they're like, "Why are you kicking my dad's car? Why are you doing this?" So that was kind of cool. Also, he's got this guy. What's his name? Was it John Daly?
Oh God, yes, John Daly.
He's living in his garage.
Or living
and every time he goes to drink something, he's drinking this hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And then at one point at the end, he's watching the tournament with Steve Buscemi. Yeah. And so he's sitting there taking the hand sanitizer, and then he offers it to Steve Buscemi. He's like, "You want some?" And he's like, "No, I got my own." And he pulls out some mouthwash, and he starts drinking the mouthwash.
I didn't think of that.
God.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some funny moments in it. I did laugh, but yeah, it's definitely not a worthy sequel. I think it's a fun sequel. It's something you could do for an hour 45 minutes of your time, but don't expect this to be the first film. It's not.
Okay, yeah. I kind of had a feeling. I'm like, how do you really do a second? You know, like I think the first was just lightning in a bottle. It was kind of magic. You probably just should have left it alone.
Look, I don't think they needed. So this whole, like, Bobby described this new tournament and the course like American Gladiators. So like
Right.
the final hole, the green was uneven and it would move. It was like on hydraulics almost, and they had to like balance themselves to try to like make the putt. And it was just dumb things like that. Or they had like little, you know, when you take the kids to the miniature golf and you hit the ball and it's got the little like zigzags, little blocks.
Yeah.
They kind of have that. And you would have thought that they could have just done a regular tournament and had Shooter play with Happy, be partners against, you know, these other two. And that didn't happen. Shooter did get one shot in, which was cool, but I think they could have done a much better storyline.
Yeah. All right. Well, sounds like I didn't miss much.
No, you mentioned that how it was lightning in a bottle. I think it was just that Adam Sandler was just so hot during the 90s. I mean, think about all the movies that he had come out during that time. He had a string of films there. Like
Billy Madison.
Okay, hold on. Look.
That was the first. That was the first one that kicked it all off. And then it was Happy Gilmore. And then it was like Big Daddy, Bulletproof.
So I'm looking at like in order. So yeah, like he had Billy Madison, then Happy Gilmore, Bulletproof, The Wedding Singer, The Water Boy, Big Daddy. Those were all in the 90s. And then he had Little Nicky in 2000. I think he started losing it somewhat then, but even then he still had some decent films.
Grown Up.
After that, like Anger Management was good.
Grown Up.
The Longest Yard, Grown Ups.
Yep.
Don't even mention Grown Ups 2. That movie sucks.
I love that movie. Love that movie.
That movie's trash.
Watch that. Oh, it was so good.
I missed that one too. Again, it doesn't sound like
Wait a minute. You're looking at the list. Was Overboard his first movie in the 80s?
It's called Babes Ahoy.
Oh, okay. I thought Overboard was his first one.
Overboard, that's the one with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but he did. Maybe it was Babes. Okay. I thought he did Overboard, and then he was
a couple of other good ones. A Spanglish, Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the Zohan. Chuck and Larry. I mean, so he had, you know, a string of good stuff there. And of course he did those Transylvania movies.
Yeah.
The Hotel Transylvania movies.
He's had more hits. He's had more hits than misses.
Yeah, you know, and lately he's done a lot of Netflix films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking at just some of the Netflix films that he's done. Almost all of them lately have been like Netflix films. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were several.
Him and Jennifer Aniston, the first one.
Well, those murder mystery movies. There's two of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he did all right.
Yeah.
he did just fine. He can have a miss here and there. I don't think it's going to hurt him at all.
Like, I don't think his newer ones are as good as like his earlier stuff, but yeah, that those 90s and early 2000s, he was on fire.
Yeah. Good for him, man. I hope he stays that way. Always liked Adam Sandler. Still like him. So keep it up, Adam. You know, if this didn't work out, something else will for you. So,
but you know, it was they're talking about how it's setting records on Netflix for movies watched like in the first 3 days and whatnot. So people are checking this out, and like I said, I do think that it's funny. It's just not as good as the original film. Let me see what it's sitting on over on critic lists.
Yeah.
There were, you know, lots of callbacks, and he made sure to get all the stuff in there, and people.
Well, I'm sure, yeah. I mean, after 29 years, you're going to want to see some of the hits. You know?
You should have seen Derek Shooter when he gets out of the asylum and he's in a hotel and he's got a big stack of pancakes. And the guy comes in and he's like, let me show you what we're planning. And he's like, what about my pancakes? I haven't finished my pancakes. We'll get you a fresh stack when we get back.
Okay, so Happy Gilmore 2 is currently sitting at a 55% with 86 votes so far.
All right. Well, mixed reviews, I guess.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Like for a 55%, that rates as a decent film over on Critic List. So it's not terrible.
Gotcha.
I mean, just to put that in perspective, you know, so 55%, that actually rates higher than Superman, which is at 54%.
Ridiculous.
54%. That's coming out streaming next month, guys.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So that's how well that did.
I think,
right.
yeah, I do think I want to watch Superman again. I think might like it better a second time, but
I'll see it again.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, Happy Gilmore 2, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. Well, then it's okay. It's not great, but it'll do if you must watch something from what it sounds like.
Yeah, if you got an hour, 45 minutes of your time, and you just want to laugh a little bit, you're not expecting again the first film, check it out.
Excellent. All right. Anything else on that, gents?
Nope.
Nah, I think that's it.
All right. Final topic of the evening, Bob, if you would please. I feel like Bob gets the trailer right just 1 second before he would get hit with copyright.
Probably.
He gets it in like 11 seconds. If it goes to 12,
Yeah.
that's it. We're off. Done. All right. Well, this is one that Josh is not going to be thrilled with. So thanks for your effort here on this one, Josh.
I didn't say that.
Oh, really?
You just are very biased when it comes to this. So that's all.
Okay. All right. That's what it is. All right.
Let's see if you cover anything else this year.
That
We did, Josh.
Yeah.
We
you
even
could not
covered the pay-per-view you went to.
Okay.
That's true.
We should cover. Okay, we'll cover all for a bit indoor in a couple weeks.
No, we're not.
No.
We're not. No. Absolutely not.
Then you guys are biased.
You cover stuff of relevance.
You're
You
just an
going to the
AEW
pay-per-view made it relevant.
Okay, let's get started.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You bunch of losers!
That's the best ever.
All right. Okay. So SummerSlam is upon us, folks. It's the second biggest show of the year for WWE. And this one is the first ever two-nighter. So apparently they had such success with Mania being 2 nights, they thought, well, let's give this one a try as well. This is going to be at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. They call it New York, New Jersey. It's Jersey. That's what it is. Doesn't mean it's far from New York, but it's still Jersey. Big stadium, too. So, not sure. I think the attendance I saw was at I think night 2 was 50,000 plus. I'm not sure what night 1 is at now. But that's what it's somewhere around there. So that's what it's looking like for both nights right now. Who knows? Maybe they get a big spike, just to try and get some tickets sold for people to get in there. But I know that MetLife holds, I think, 80,000, but I don't think they're seated for 80,000. Because they're going to do some big entrance because this is the first one. So they're going to make it probably pretty elaborate. So maybe you shave off 15,000 seats for that. Maybe. So we'll see. But should be a good time. It's always fun to dedicate a weekend. Yes, Josh, do you have thoughts?
No.
You want to say something pretty bad?
No, it's fine.
Would an enema help?
Yes.
You pull that bug out of your ass. All right. Here we go. Let's begin. So August 2nd, August 3rd are the nights here. Saturday night, Boy, Saturday night and Sunday night. Sunday night, I'm not going to lie, folks. That looks pretty dang awesome with the matches that they do have. That's a heck of a card. But we will be fair. We'll talk about night one first. So why don't we go ahead and start talking through the matches here, see what everybody thinks, see what everybody's excited for. How's it sound, gents?
Sounds good.
Do it.
All right. Let's start off with Josh, your match that you're really looking forward to. Let's bring Jelly Roll into the equation, shall we?
Oh,
Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Drew and Logan. There's a team.
is Drew actually going to be there? Because I heard he's stuck in.
You know what? That reminds me here real quick. If you go over to Drew's social media, he said that a lot of people have been texting him and calling him, trying to get updates. He says probably so they can leak it instead of actually asking me
he said that
how I'm doing. He says, and obviously the way that it's looking, and all of a sudden Logan Paul comes out and he's like, hey, and so they're there and he's like, you see, the Miz wanted to replace me? No way. And Logan Paul's like, I got a Scotsman here. I don't need the Miz. And Drew's like, Jelly Roll, I knew you tried to keep me out of this match.
Oh God, that's so good.
So you didn't answer. Is Drew showing up?
If he's with Logan Paul, how is he not showing up?
Oh, I didn't know if he was with them or not.
Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think with fly, think.
Who cares? Okay, we know who's going to win this match. It's going to be Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. Simple as that. Right? Because you don't have Jelly Roll come in and be at something as big as SummerSlam and lose that match. Right?
I would have to probably merge that into that lane of traffic. Yeah.
So that's your pick, Josh?
That's my pick.
Okay. Do you want to talk about anything else, or are you just over this already?
No. I think it's going to be. I've heard Jelly Roll has tried to commit to being at the Performance Center, and he had a what do you call it the other night? A pretty decent looking side slam. I'll give him that, and let's see what happens. That's
okay. You know what?
Like this match doesn't call out to me and say, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see this great tag team match." I would have much rather see Logan Paul versus Orton or Logan Paul versus Drew.
Well, okay, maybe that'll be down the line. We don't know. Actually, the idea of Logan and Drew as a tag team is pretty damn funny.
Have you seen the last episode of Impulsive where he was interviewing Drew McIntyre?
I've seen some clips of that. Drew's in full.
Oh, it's great. It's
so
absolutely great.
Yep.
And they're trying to come up with a team name, and they're supposed to be like Rage Baiters or something like that is what they were saying. It's
so good. I love the idea of those two together is just, that's entertainment. They would do some very funny stuff together. But I will say, Jelly Roll, from what I've seen, first of all, you have to give the guy credit. I heard some crazy stat. This is like the first time he's going to be under 300 pounds.
Really?
And like since middle school or something like that.
Wow. That's impressive.
So he's lost a ton of weight and apparently is still losing weight. So good on him for that, man. Even if this, he wanted to do it anyway, but if this is the thing that kind of kicked him in the keister to do it, good for him, man. You can't hate on that. That's just, guy being healthy. And like you said, Josh, if he's, trying to do his best, the guy took a Claymore. That's not.
Yeah, see that. No,
that's. You just literally had one of Drew's feet dead in your skull, and he threw velocity at it too. That wasn't a soft Claymore. So
no,
took his chops.
Yeah. I think the hard work he's putting in will pay off, and I think they'll win. I don't think they'd have Logan and Drew win. That'd be cool. Yeah. It'd be different, but I don't think it's happening.
Well, all right. With that, Bob, hit us. What are you thinking here?
I do think that Orton and Jelly Roll are going to win. I kind of agree. I don't think they bring the celebrity in just to have them lose. But you never know. Maybe they do something to surprise us. They have been throwing a few surprises here and there. So maybe that happens. But I do think Orton and Jelly Roll win. But I would like the surprise.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to see Logan and McIntyre win.
I would love to. One, I would love to see, Drew and Logan kind of continue their teaming, and having them win this would actually be a fun way to do that. And plus, if it is a surprise, wouldn't this be a fun way to get Orton to turn heel again? Like, well, couldn't that be a fun time? We finally
RKO's the Jelly Roll after losing.
Yeah.
RKO's him and just starts losing it, and he's starting to hear the voices in his head. Like,
yes.
It wouldn't be so bad. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this at Night of Champions, but when Cody and Orton had their match, which was excellent, that's one of the best matches of the year, hands down. When Cody was saying, "Thank you, Randy, I really appreciate you."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And Randy was pissed. Randy was mad. He didn't even look back. He just sat there angry. That, to me, was bringing hints of this back. So if he just drops Jelly Roll right then and there, how fun would that be?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But it probably ain't going to happen. So a nice, fun match for Jelly Roll. And maybe he did hit that fun little side slam like you mentioned, Josh. So
hey, and
we'll see.
In all fairness, he choke slammed Logan through a table.
Yeah. No, they're using his size to his benefit. So he's getting the big moves in, the side slam, the choke slam. They're trying to see what he can do. So we'll see.
He choke slammed two guys at the same time, didn't he, last year?
Did he?
I don't know. You might have.
Yeah, I think he did. But I'm rooting for the guy. Sounds like he's put on the work. So good, clean, fun so far. So
who I think, this is such a side note. You know who I think produces that match?
Who's that?
Abyss.
Or Hunter.
Or maybe, but I just think that's a type of Abyss type of match.
Like, Hunter is apparently known to, when it comes to the celebrity matches, he really puts his best foot forward with him. That match with him and Stephanie versus Ronda and Kurt is still like fantastic.
That's one of the favorite match. We all love that match.
That's a great match. Yeah, it's great.
It's really well done, that match.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe he'll chime in here too. It wouldn't surprise me. But what do we say we move on to the next one, guys?
Let's do it.
You didn't pick Derek?
Oh, Jelly Roll.
He already said that he was inclined to agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, next match.
Yeah, no, this one's this one's a little bit trickier. All right. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Who did we start with last time? Was it Bob? I think it's okay. So let's go with Bob this time.
This match is going to be completely different than what I expected because the way that it happened at when was it at Evolution when what's her name Naomi lost to Jade.
Yeah.
I thought what was going to happen is that Jade was going to go on, face Tiffany Stratton, win, and then Naomi was going to come out and pay back by cashing in on her. Right. But by Naomi cashing in on Rhea and Io Sky instead, that changes the whole match and the way I think it's going to go. So looking at this match, I still think Jade wins it, but obviously there's no cash in now. And I think this sets up the feud with Bianca Belair because I think that's eventually what they wanted to go to was have Jade and Bianca go at each other. And so I think that sets that up.
Okay.
Not necessarily in SummerSlam. I'm just saying that sets it up down the line. So
eventually.
So I'm going to pick Jade to win this because I think that's where they're going.
Okay. Josh, to you.
How long has Tiffany been champion?
Since the end of last year. She almost won it. She was real close to New Year's when she won that belt.
Doesn't matter. Look how short Jay was champion.
Yeah, good point.
No. I know that. No, oh, God. My initial instinct was Tiffany to win this match.
Yeah.
And Bob, I get what you're saying. It was, fast. Is Jade now ready to be a champion in WWE and carry that belt? That is my question.
Look, at the end of the day, if they can sell some tickets and by putting the title on her and building a feud with Bianca Belair, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Because
unless Bianca costs Jade the championship match and Tiffany wins it, and I could set that up right there. That could be interesting, but I think Jade wins it.
Because when Jade was champ in AEW, they had her, obviously winning, but they were quick matches. Will WWE do that if she becomes champ? You know what? I'm going to say Tiffy.
Well,
that's my prediction.
Well, let's also remember, though. I mean, she's a different wrestler now than she was. She's gotten loads better, man.
She is, but is she that big to win the title? I don't think she's ready yet. I'm picking Tiffy.
Okay. All right.
I agree. I think we get a Bianca Belair match with Jade, but I don't think it has to be for the belt. So Tiffy is my pick.
Look, I'm like I said, I'm picking Jade, but I would prefer Tiffany to win, simply because I think there's still some more stories that we can tell with her as champ. But I just think they want to go with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair feud, and I think the way to do that is that you have Jade win and you turn Bianca heel to win the title.
Good. Yeah.
So for me, this one is very much the opposite of what was obvious, before. This one actually could go either way. And it would not surprise me if Jade won it all. If Jade won this, I would totally get it.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say Tiffany, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because what's the bigger story for Jade? Is it winning this belt? Or is it the story with her and Bianca? And by the way, I don't think it's Bianca that costs her. Maybe it is, but I think Naomi's actually going to interfere.
That'd be awesome. I would be so down for that.
Can't you see this heel version of her walking in there just being like, no, she ain't getting the belt.
Yes.
Not on my turf. Absolutely not.
Yes, I agree with you. And I totally agree with you. Not surprised if Jade wins, but I think for Tiffy, I think she needs to win.
So let me keep going with
think she needs to win? Why does she need to win?
She doesn't need to win, but I think for her to, she beat Charlotte at Mania. And I think if she goes in, again, it's like what Derek just told you. Jade does not need the belt.
Well, hold on. Let me get to my analysis here. I think the bigger story is exactly what Bob and you have hinted at here. I think the real story is actually with Jade and Naomi or Jade and Bianca.
Okay.
Because of that, that's why I see Tiffany winning. Because I think that's the bigger story that they want to tell eventually down the line. And I think if Jade loses this match, that tells the story further.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this too, and this is a nod to Tiffany. I think Tiffany has become a bigger star holding that belt.
Yeah.
I think she's done a great job.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we talked about at Mania when I said she needs to beat Charlotte. And you guys are saying, well, no, even if Charlotte, they'll go and compete a couple times. Why are you waiting? You said that, Bob. You did not think she needed to win that match.
No, I didn't think so.
Because
I didn't think because I didn't think in the promos leading up to that she showed she was ready to do it. Now, I was wrong. But at the end of the day, her having a great match with Charlotte still would have put her over regardless. That's not.
I think guys, if you also forget the fact that we said we wouldn't mind if she lost that match, and if it evolved into a bigger story between the two, that could have been magic.
Could have, but I like where we're at. I agree with you right now, Derek. I like where she is.
I think she's done a great job. I think she's gotten better holding that gold. So
now if that's the case, title, that would be nice.
Well, let's see what happens for Tiffy when we get out of this story. If this is going the way I think it's going to go, and we turn the page, See what it's going to be like with Jade, Naomi. I'm going to love if Naomi screws her. Oh, my God. That's going to be so good if she does that. But
awesome.
Let's see where that story goes, because I think that's the Mania match.
Yeah.
So we tell that story. We can tell that story. We got plenty of time to tell that story. And think about if you tell it, if you wait from now till then to tell this, that's potential main event territory at Mania.
Yes.
If it gets that good.
Yeah.
It could be. So I think that the purpose of Jade is to keep going along with that story. Tiffany can keep the title as a result. We'll see what happens with her further, too. Looking forward to it. But again, Jade could win.
Yep.
Jade could win. So she's still a strong favorite, too. Don't take anything away from her on that level. All right. I think we said enough about that one. You guys move on to the next? All right. Let's talk about Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. And when I say Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, really what I mean is Scarlett. Because I think she's probably the biggest part of this match to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Just excited about what Scarlett will be wearing or not wearing.
Yes.
At that event. You know what? Hey, they put Kross in a big story, so I'm happy for him on that level. And they actually did it against a perfect babyface in Sami Zayn, too. They've done great together. This has been fun to watch. It's been a really, really well done order of business because so much of it happened behind the scenes before it actually ever got in the ring. So they did a great job transparent. What's the word I'm trying to say? Not transparent. Translating, thank you, from backstage into the ring. I think they've done a great job of that. I think this match is going to be fun. Josh, why don't you start us off this time?
I am so happy that we're finally getting this match at a major pay-per-view. I've loved the build-up to this match.
Night of Champions is a major pay-per-view.
I guess so, yeah.
And Saudi loved them some Kross. I don't know if you caught clips of that.
No, actually, I need to. I'm a big Kross supporter. I have been for years. And look, he's my pick to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be surprised if Sami wins this match.
So you think this is a toss-up?
I do think it's a toss-up. Okay. And normally I would say Karrion for sure. But Sami has surprised me so many times. Come on. Beating Gunther at WrestleMania. You know, didn't he beat Kross at Night of Champions?
Yeah.
So
he lost to him on Raw.
I know, Raw, but I really would like to see Kross win this.
I love how you go, Raw, but like how many championships have changed hands on Raw lately?
I know, but come on. If you're picking a bigger event, SummerSlam or Monday Night Raw, come on.
I'm not saying that that I'm not disagreeing that it's a smaller event, but you're acting like it's not a big deal. Half the time that these matches on Raws are changing championships.
That wasn't for a title, though. That literally was just
but it still counts.
Oh my God, Bob. Really? That's okay. Now you're just trying to get under my skin. That's ridiculous. Good Lord. Good Lord. Karrion Kross is my pick for this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sami won the match.
Okay. All right. So you think Kross wins. Okay. Bob, lay it on us. What do you think?
I think it depends on what they want to do with Sami as far as if they want to turn him heel or not. If they want to turn him heel and him finally admit to whatever Kross wants him to admit to, then I think Kross wins. And Sami turns heel after that. And that'd be kind of interesting if he kind of joined up with Kross and became, tougher and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think Sami's going to win this because I think they got some ideas with Sami. And you actually touched on this, Derek, that you thought Sami might even win the Rumble in Saudi. Right. So I kind of tend to agree with that. So I have trouble seeing them turning him heel and losing this match. So I'm going to go with Sami.
I am actually going to say the same thing. I think Sami wins. I don't see him. I mean, it would be fascinating if Sami turned heel. I would love to see what they would do with that. I would be in for that story. I just don't see it happening. And I think it's because Cross has hinted too much now. And then you can go be world champion. You notice how many times he said that? I think that's where this goes. So I'm hearing too much insinuation with that. We do have the Rumble in Saudi. I think the idea is that they're going to make Gunther such a monster by that point that the idea of Sammy is just like, you mean like Gunther's going to look at him and be like, you remember what happened the last time we fought, right? Like, yeah, you won, but you didn't look like a winner. And now I'm going to beat. Now I'm really going to lay it in on you.
Plus, Sammy, they could turn around and say, "Yeah, you might have won the last one, but you remember who won the last one at WrestleMania?"
That's true. Mm-hmm. And or they could really have a lot of fun with this. He goes like, "Oh yeah, okay, well, I know you don't underestimate me. Yeah, your boy Jay didn't underestimate me either. Look what happened to him."
I do think we could get like a great group if Sammy turned heel and joined Karrion. And it's someone else, like a new like faction. And I know they were in a faction with Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, but
that's what I'm saying is that it would be fascinating to see Sammy turn,
right?
And let's see where that goes, right? I mean, it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and if he turns, he's going to admit whatever Cross has been wanting him to admit and say it,
Yep.
You know, for a while now.
What do you
So
think?
It just depends on what they're going to do with Sammy, if they want to turn him heel or not. If they want him to win the Rumble, I don't think they turn him heel. If they want him to turn heel, then yeah, I think he loses this match. But I don't think they want to turn him heel, at least not yet. So that's kind of what I think.
Win the Rumble, right? We all think he's going to win that Rumble.
I think he's going to win the Rumble because they're in Saudi. But then again, that's such an obvious choice that maybe they go some different direction.
The only reason I mean it feels like that is because it's so obvious. But we're in August. We don't know what January is going to look like by that point.
Right.
A lot could change between now and then.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Saudi and wins, and he gets cheered. Now, of course, that's Saudi. I mean, remember, one of Bobby's all-time favorite gimmicks was Bret Hart being a babyface in Canada and being a heel in the U.S.
But Sammy's a babyface everywhere he goes, though.
I know, but you would.
So that wasn't a good comparison.
No, but what you're saying is turn Sammy heel. But then what happens when you get to Saudi and he say?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
he wins the Rumble in Saudi. What happens then? You know what I mean? Is he going to get cheered? And
I think he'll get cheered either way.
Right. That's what does that dampen the plans when they get to America. If he's being cheered in Saudi, winning the Rumble.
No, that doesn't change that. There's a way you can do that.
Okay.
Because guess what? Cross got cheered when he was in Saudi too.
Yeah.
So there's a way you can pull that off. So either way, I mean, it sounds like we're a little bit split on this, but yeah, I am going to say Sammy.
Sammy, Karrion, Bob?
No, he said Sammy.
Or you said
I'm
Sammy?
thinking Sammy.
Okay.
Because I don't think they want to turn Sammy heel. If he loses this match and then admits to whatever Karrion wants him to admit to, then I think he turns heel, unless that's like the fire to motivate him to go on and win the Rumble.
Wait a minute, is that the stipulation? Is there a stipulation that he has to
tell,
if he loses, tell everyone what Cross wants him to say?
No. I'm just saying that's story purposes. I think that's what they want to do, because I don't think they're laying the groundwork of him just saying, say it, unless they want to have something come out of that. But to do that, he would have to turn heel.
So the stipulation is if Cross wins, Sammy has to say, Cross was right. If Sammy wins, Cross has to say, I was wrong. That's what it is.
Okay.
So I don't even know if that really counts or anything or not.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of been that's the dynamic that they've had. So I get why, I guess, but it's kind of a silly stipulation.
Right.
Although they had a great sit down with Sammy and Corey Graves was interviewing him, and then Cross interrupted. Yes. It was very well done. All right. Well, that should be fun. All right. Let's move on to Josh.
Yes.
Put it up.
Why? Kenny Omega's not on here. We're not talking about Kenny
Not,
Omega.
no, stop. No. Acknowledge your tribal chief. It is not
So-
Kenny Omega.
I know you're talking about this match. Very quick question. This match isn't main eventing night one, is it?
No, they actually. It looks like they're advertising Punk and Gunther too.
Okay, that's fine. So I bet this opens night one.
I would think only because
The
we've
brain.
heard Roman say I'm either main event or opener,
Okay.
but I don't know. I can't confirm or deny.
Okay.
But okay, Bob, why don't we start with you on this one? You do recognize your tribal chief, so you go ahead and start us off.
Oh, I want so bad to say that Roman and Jay are going to win. I really do. I want so bad to say it, but I just think if that happens and they're neutering this group that they've got going with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, I'm just afraid that by neutering that group, you kind of kill it even when Seth Rollins does come back, because my guess is they still want Seth Rollins to cash in that Money in the Bank contract. Maybe that's the day he makes his return, not SummerSlam, but I mean, we don't see him until that moment that he cashes in.
Yeah.
It hurts to. All right, I'm going to still go with Roman and Jay because I just don't know if they have Roman lose after losing. Yeah, after losing at Mania, I just don't know if they have Roman lose at SummerSlam. So I'm going to go with Roman and Jay, but I wonder what that does to that group of Breaker and Reed.
Okay. All right. So you're still saying Roman and Jay, but it is with reluctance, which is understandable based off the sentiment about Braun and Bronson. By the way, doesn't that sound like one of those attorneys, like those commercials you would have watched, like when Jerry Springer was on? But have you been injured recently in a tsunami or a spear? You're going to want to call Braun Bronson, personal injury attorneys at law. Go ahead and call that screen at the bottom of the number at the bottom of your screen for a free consultation.
That is awesome.
Yep. So
I'm going to go with Jay and Roman.
All right. Okay, Josh, if you will.
Jay and Roman. I agree with Bobby. I don't think they're going to have him lose at another major pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the thing. I think, and you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong, if Bronson and Braun lose, I think they're still okay. Right?
Well, okay. I can add, when I go, I'll talk about how that can still be okay.
Because what is
the only way I could see the two of them winning the match is if a third member showed up.
That's exactly right.
That could be like, what is the end game right now for Bronson and Braun? Like, what is, Rollins is gone until next year. So we need to find out what's going on with them.
Well, hold on though. Hold on. We don't know if he's gone. He could come back for TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could come back for TV, but I will say this. It is kind of funny seeing Braun Breaker stepping up as the leader. I saw him on Monday night where he's like, look at all these fat asses out here. And I was like, he sounds so much like Scott Steiner. It's great.
It's so crazy. It's
awesome.
so nuts how much he sounds like him.
I mean, he sounds more like him than his own dad. Like, he doesn't like.
He doesn't sound like his dad at all.
More like Scott than he does his own dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't even know what's going on now with Roman. Like, what's going on after this with like Roman? Is he? I mean, everyone you talk to is still saying, "Oh, are we going to get Roman versus The Rock at Mania?"
Well, you never know what's going to happen because I think the goal initially was to have Roman and Seth at WrestleMania, and a lot's going to depend on Seth's health.
Well, it's too early, right?
Too early right now to tell. Yep. Well,
I don't think
not.
he can come back.
Well, no, he said by Mania he should be back. So I don't know what that means. Yeah, I mean that he got injured at what, the beginning of like the mid-July, give or take.
Yeah, something like that.
Look what John Cena did years ago when what did he hurt his pec or something? And he came back at the
Rumble. Yeah, his pec, and he no, it was something with his neck. I thought actually.
I forgot what but you never know. I agree with you guys. You never know if he can be, excuse me, ready for Mania.
It would be great if Seth just had like some like gaudy chair that he could sit in while he was on television,
like a lifeguard chair, like he's
just something like some throne, like just some like eyesore that he could sit on while Paul Heyman was just laying on the mic. And
ladies and gentlemen,
yes,
my client currently. But no, I don't know. I they put
you said Roman and Jay.
Huh?
You said Roman and Jay.
I think it's them. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead. Bob.
First of all, to Braun and Bronson, it's personal injury attorneys at law. The Jordans, how dare you? How dare you mock the Jordans of the tribal chief? You should know better than that. Secondly, maybe one of the best promos of Roman's career was when he and Paul Heyman finally had it out.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
That was fantastic. That was, magic. Thirdly, I'm going to have to agree. Roman and Jay, I just don't see them losing on the first three here. Now, hold on. If this is where possibilities could ensue, Braun Breaker gets enough of a stride here, that could be a feud with Roman if he keeps elevating. I don't want to leave that out of the picture. I think that could be a lot of fun too.
I think that's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, and then Braun and Bronson. Well, okay, even if they lost that night, to Bob's point, if a third member came in, that's probably what could save the group and pack us up and get us back on the right track again. Or if Seth, somehow shows up and then gets the groove going again. Maybe even both. That would probably make that group stay okay. But without one of those two happening, a loss it's going to be interesting to watch them try and pick up and recover from that.
Yeah. So
I don't know, but I think we're all in unanimous fashion here. Jay and Roman. All right. Well, let's do another interesting one here. Judgment Day, and by Judgment Day I mean Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez taking on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. There's a team we never thought we would say. All right, and this is for the women's tag titles. So this match should be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to this, but I'll explain why. Josh, tell us.
So I have given Charlotte Flair so much crap. And have said, you've heard me on this show. I absolutely love this tag team. I love watching them. I love what they did at Evolution when she pushed her out of the way and cuddled her. And Charlotte has even said, I want to be a face. And I love what she's doing. It's something different. I love Alexa Bliss. They're my pick to win the tag titles.
Okay.
I think they need to win the tag titles. I think they would be great for them. I've been waiting for Alexa to be with the Wyatt Six and to start leading that. It has not. I think she's waiting for it to happen, and it's not happening.
No, and if she does start leading that group, that tag team is over.
Well, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Excuse me. So I think they win. I love this tag team. They make me laugh. They're great together. I even think if it was Liv and Raquel against them, they'd still win.
Okay. All right.
Love this tag team. Love what Charlotte has done. It's given us a different, it almost goes back remember when Ric Flair became a babyface against Terry Funk? And it was kind of weird. People loved him, but it was a little weird. But Charlotte actually is doing really well with it. And I hope she keeps it for a while as a babyface because I really want to see what she can do.
All right. Well, at least you're excited about something here, so I'm happy to hear that.
I am excited about that match.
Okay, Bob, lay it on us. What do you think?
All right. I'm seeing something brewing
Oh,
in the Judgment Day house.
there's trickery. There's something.
And there is a little strumpet by the name of Roxanne Perez, who is trying to sway that mountain of masculinity, Dom, into her favor. She was playing video games with him this past week.
Sure was.
She gives him chicken nuggies. And I am seeing something going on here.
Hmm?
And for that reason, as much as I like the tag team of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and I do think they're going to continue that tag team for a little while, I don't see that breaking up even if they lose this match, because I've got the Judgment Day winning this, because I think we're still going to have some story there with Roxanne and Dom and what's her name? Raquel trying to keep Dom on the straight and narrow, but going closer this way. And then that's when Liv shows up and lays the smackdown.
You got to throw a beat down on that girl.
Yes. And that's what's going to happen. So I think they hold on to the titles now. I kind of hope, though, that Charlotte and Alexa win. So I will say, I hope they win it. If they win, I will be happy with that, because I do like that tag team too. It's been a lot of fun to watch them.
Your leader?
Especially because they're not friends.
No.
You know, they're not friends.
But I just love how, like, Charlotte goes, she has the pom-poms, and Alexa's like, go ahead. She's like, no. Go ahead. She goes,
She's like, what do I look like, a cheerleader? Yeah. Well, you're right.
Yeah,
You know?
I do.
So, but again, that little strumpet, there's some story to be told there.
Well, like,
and I just want to point out, she can be my little strumpet any day. Yeah, I like Roxanne Perez.
The idea of Liv and Roxanne fighting, all day.
Yeah, I want to see that match. And I will say this, actually, I think Roxanne has stepped in pretty good into that role, and I think she teams pretty well with Raquel. And Raquel has really stepped up and become a beast. Her match with Rhea was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
And I've just liked what she's been doing. Give me some Raquel too. I like Raquel.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna take Raquel Rodriguez, and I'm gonna take the prodigy Roxanne Perez. They're going to win this thing.
All right.
And we're going to see some more heartbreak in the Judgment Day house.
Is it heartbreak, or is it something more special than that? Because
who knows? Maybe, you never know.
Who knows what Dominic and Raquel are going to get themselves into?
Yeah, you never know. That would be a twist.
Yep.
That if it looks like it's Roxanne who's trying to take Dom, and all of a sudden it's actually Raquel.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be a cool story. I would be down for that.
Raquel carrying Dominic to the ring.
Raquel. Isn't she?
And I'll say, I have really like I said, I really liked what Raquel's been doing. She is really stepped up. She's been great.
I love all the Judgment Day. They've all done a great job. If you think about it.
You know, I think when they formed this new group, everybody was kind of like, oh God, you know, how's this gonna? I don't know. They just kind of look like a bunch of jobbers or whatever. But they've really been picking it up. And
the current group they've got right now has really worked well together right now.
Yeah, it's been good.
I mean, one of my top 5 matches of the year, with all the ones I've seen, are still that women's tag team match with Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Naomi and
Bianca. Yeah, that's one of the best matches this year
for me. Yeah. That's a top 5 for me.
No, it's great. It's still great. It's going to hold up. It's going to hold up throughout the whole year, if not longer. I think. Okay, so it gets back to kind of what we were talking about with Jade and Tiffany. What's the bigger story?
Yeah.
The bigger story is when Alexa and Charlotte finally do become friends.
Okay.
I don't think we have to do that here. I think they got to go through some more strife. I think they got some more obstacles to go through, not being friends.
Yeah.
And so that's why I see Raquel and Roxanne winning this. Because here's the other thing that has to really happen here too. Raquel has to start warming up to Roxanne so much, and that's when Liv comes back.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay. Now Raquel's torn. She doesn't know what to do.
How long is Liv out for? The rest of the year?
Long while. Yeah, she's out until I think the end of this year for sure. She got a bad shoulder injury.
The belt's that long.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, they may mean something finally.
We'll see. We'll see. I think it could be fun watching those two as a team.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. They're saying that they're saying it was be about 6 months because the injury happened on June 17th.
Oh, so July, August, September.
So yeah.
So that's about December time.
The end of the year. She'll be back in time for the Rumble.
For the Rumble.
Okay. Yeah. I get what you mean for both of them. I just think that I don't know. They're definitely staying together, Charlotte and Alexa. They have to.
I would think they have to. We've really only gotten started with this team.
Yes,
we really haven't dove in at all. So
that probably was surprised you guys said, well, I don't think they'll break up even if they lose.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think they keep going because there's a story to be told there. And if you watched this episode on Netflix of the WWE Unreal, I saw the first episode.
Oh, how was it?
One of the things that Triple H talks about is that he's giving these superstars an opportunity to kind of develop their own thing and whatnot. And if the crowd really reacts to something, they're going to run with it.
Okay. So you like the first episode?
Yeah.
I want to see it. I'm excited.
We'll talk about that later. The point I was making is that he was saying that if the crowd likes something, they'll run with it.
Yeah.
And the crowd is really responding to Charlotte and Alexa. And I do think they get the tag titles, but I don't think it happens here because we have to solve that problem with that mountain of masculinity.
Exactly. The definition of manhood himself.
Yes.
The other interesting thing that they could do is when I talked about earlier about the Wyatt Six. What if both?
Stop talking about the Wyatt Six. They're not going to be in.
What if both Alexa and Charlotte joined them?
No, that's not. No. Charlotte Flair with a Wyatt Six.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No. Square peg in a round hole, man. Doesn't fit.
But what's funny is about Charlotte and Alexa is that is a square peg in a round hole. It just worked, but it worked because the two of them and their chemistry. I don't think it works by putting Charlotte and the Wyatt Six.
No, those two look like they get the biggest kick out of hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
That's what makes it work.
And maybe that leads to a WrestleMania match between them.
Well, or they win the tag titles then. We really tell that story.
Maybe
The best was when like Evolution, Charlotte Flair does the classic Flair thing.
Yes.
And covers Alexa up. Then Alexa ducks and throws the doll at her.
I love it. I love what they've done. It's brilliant. I'm excited. I want them to win.
Well, if they don't, I don't think we should be upset.
No, they'll stay together.
Roxanne Perez is on the other side, and you got that.
Yes, we know you love Roxanne Perez, Bob.
No, she's not. But she's a very good wrestler. And Raquel, I have just been so impressed with Raquel. I've right now, she's one of my favorite talents on the roster, Raquel Rodriguez, because of the way she's really stepped up.
Isn't she with Braun Strowman?
I don't know.
I don't know. She was at one point. But this is actually a very well.
It doesn't matter. You got Dom in the Judgment Day house.
No woman can resist. No woman.
Yeah.
There's and then what's great about this match is that it's pretty evenly keeled too. You got the two small girls and the two bigger girls.
Yeah.
And one's the big beast and like Big Mommy Cool, but we'll leave that one alone.
Oh, God.
We talked this one to death.
Yes. All right.
Let's move on. All right. This is what's advertised for main event of night one. This is CM Punk versus General Gunter, the world heavyweight champion. You put respect on his name. All right. Let's talk about this one. Bob, please do kick us off.
Well, one of my big predictions was that Punk was going to main event WrestleMania, but he was going to do so as a champion.
Right.
not actually winning the title, that he was already going to be champ. I mean, granted, he's already main evented WrestleMania now, so, but I still think that that's the direction they're going to go. I would not be surprised if Punk wins this one. In fact, I'm going to pick Punk to win it and upset Gunther, because I think it's the obvious choice that Gunther would win because they just put the title back on him. But I think they're going to finally put a title on Punk. Maybe that's perfect timing for Seth Rollins to cash in on Punk down the line.
Or does Seth just screw him out of it because he doesn't want to see Punk a champion?
Yeah, maybe he shows up and maybe he's not as hurt as we thought.
No, it's been a work.
Yeah. you never know sometimes with these people.
No, you
they
don't.
Keep saying, oh, he's going to be out a long time. What happens if he's okay, actually? And they've just been kayfabing this the whole time.
Everything is on the table. Everything.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Everything's on the table.
I mean, I do believe that he's legit hurt for a while, because that did look like a nasty injury.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Punk.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting.
But it should be a fun match.
It should be good. Yeah. Josh, lay it on us.
I was trying to remember, and I guess, Bobby, you just said it, you said that Punk would main event Mania, but as a champion. And I couldn't remember if you had him facing off against Cody at some point or not. My pick, I think my pick is Punk.
What I had, Josh, just because you brought it up, originally I had Punk being the one to beat John Cena, and that he would go to WrestleMania and go up against Cody. But yeah, I'm gonna go with CM Punk to win it this time.
Yeah, I think just Punk's done such a good job, and has been a good soldier in a way that I think he beats Gunther. I think he needs to beat Gunther. I think really to just solidify everything, and then hold on to the belt probably until Mania, and we're probably going to get a Seth Punk match that we've been waiting for.
Didn't you try to Ryan Day him and say he was going to be fired by last SummerSlam?
2 years ago, I absolutely thought that. And I thought he would not do well. And Derek's agreed with me and Derek will laugh and lie.
No, I didn't agree. I don't like Punk still.
I
don't like Punk still.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see. He's been good. Of course, he's getting some flack. I heard the other day about how he was like not paying attention during the Hulk Hogan Memorial. Did you hear that?
But he wouldn't have been the only one, though. So
that people were not like happy with that. But anyway, I think he wins. I'll say this: if Gunther wins, that's huge for Gunther.
I agree with that.
That is huge for Gunther. I don't know where Gunther goes from this if he were to lose.
So that is exactly why I think Gunther's going to win.
Okay.
Because I think the loss to Jay decreased his stock a lot. And I think now that he's won that belt back, they really want to push the stock price back up with him and give him his equity.
Yeah.
And here's the beauty of it. If Gunther does beat Punk, and I mean clean, 1, 2, 3, right in the middle of the ring, doesn't that not only elevate Gunther, but the title he holds as well?
I think so.
Right? It both get elevated.
It could finally.
I'll say this: if Gunther wins, I don't think it's going to be clean.
You don't think so?
I think Heyman gets involved in some way by either having Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed get involved, or like I said, maybe Seth really isn't hurt.
As injured as we would like to think he would be.
And we have some fun with that, but no, I think I'm saying if Gunther wins, I think it's because Punk gets screwed out of the match. That's what I think.
All right.
And I think it would be Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker getting involved.
Okay, that's fair. That's entirely possible. But I do think Gunther actually wins. Because if we are, I think what they're trying to do is put him on the path to be the Brute, like the unstoppable monster machine. There's almost no baby face that you could take a look at and could beat him straight up. That's what I think they're setting Gunther up to be right now. And if he does beat Punk, you're right. It's huge for him. Even if there is outside interference, it's still big.
Yeah, it's still big. This could be where maybe Paul Heyman's third guy gets involved.
Yeah.
Or it sets up that he's going to need a third guy because he screwed Punk over. So you have Punk, Roman, and Jay all going after Bronson Reed and Breaker. So they need a third guy.
Truth. Yeah, you could go that route too.
It
wouldn't surprise me.
There's two things that I think could happen. I think if Punk loses, he passes out to the chokehold.
That's a possibility if Gunther doesn't
Derek, a dusty finish. Something that kind of saves him long term. Second, the match that I want to see, if you guys say, Josh, who would you want to see Gunther face whenever it happens? Braun Breaker.
Yeah, we're a while off from that.
I think they could tear the house down with those two.
That's why I say that's why I say that Breaker or Bronson Reed gets involved, because maybe they set up a little feud with Punk, or Breaker says it's my turn to get the title, and you're not going to get it.
Face eventually. I wonder how he would be as a face.
It's not going to happen. Not with Paul Heyman.
It's not going to happen right now.
No, Gunther.
Oh, Gunther.
Gunther's not turning face.
Gunther's fine the where he is because he fights against heels and he fights against faces.
He's neutral.
Yeah. No, he's a heel.
He's a heel, but you can put another heel against him and you'd buy it.
He's a heel.
Exactly. Very Jim Cornette. But he's okay.
Oh, shut up,
you two say Punk, I'll say Gunther. That should make things interesting. All right. So that was night one. Now, night one was okay. There should be some fun stuff. Night two looks unreal. I don't even know where to really begin with it. Actually, yeah, you know what? I know where to really begin. Hold on. I know where we should start. Here, I'm going to need this. Let me just bring this up. And then, where's a table? Hold on. There's my ladder is outside. I'll go grab that. Yes, let's start off with that, shall we? No better place to start on night two than TLC. And wow, is this loaded? There's 6 teams in this. The Wyatt Six were the current champions: Andrade and Rey Fenix, DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. All of them in the same ring together, which is basically going to be absolute chaos personified. So, in some level, it should be a lot of fun. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to keep track of everything that goes on in this match, but dang it, we'll try. So, Josh, start us off.
Good Lord. Wyatt Six are the champs, right?
They are.
God. This is like one of my favorite tag teams. I love the Street Profits. I love the Wyatt Six. I love Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, Andrade and Phoenix. I mean, it's like... So you have to look at this, gentlemen, in 2 ways. One, the Wyatt Six just won the belts, right?
Yes, they did. About 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Right. So do you really want them, which everybody loves the Wyatt Six, right? Even if they're down, they love them.
Yeah, they're fans, I'd say.
Do you want them losing in 2 weeks? I mean, I'm going to go with my favorite. And you know who that is, Derek.
Motor City?
Yeah. I think I would not be surprised. On paper, I think Wyatt Six should win. To continue to be tag champs. I really do. As a fan, I just would like Motor City Machine Guns to win on one of the grandest stages.
Okay. So, now let me ask you, though. But, okay. Doesn't that go against your theory of the Wyatt Six losing the belts 2 weeks later?
I know. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, look. Here's the thing.
say, the Wyatt Six, I have not liked what they've done with them.
Yeah.
Like, they took the first night, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
And didn't do anything since then.
What, when they went to SmackDown, you mean?
Just in general. That first night was awesome with Chad Gable bleeding and how
Well,
mysterious.
They had something going with that and the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable. They had something going with that, and then it did kind of start to like teeter off.
I've told you before many times, what they should have done, they should have attacked everyone.
All right.
Hey, they didn't.
And not cared.
They didn't. Who's winning this match? Because I'm sorry, I had to step away to get some water. So
Motor City Machine Guns.
You got the Motor City Machine
Guns. Okay.
All right, go ahead. What do you like?
Yeah, pick it, Bob.
I'm gonna stick with the Wyatt Six. I don't think they just put the titles on them for them to lose this. I think they're gonna try to build them back up, and the way to do that is have them win this match.
So Bob, I said on paper, I think the Wyatt Six should win. On paper, I'm just a fan of Motor City, but on paper, I think Wyatt Six should win this match with everything you just said.
Yeah, so that's why I'm gonna go with them.
Okay. All right. So if we just go by some logic here, so the tag titles have actually changed pretty consistently on SmackDown. I think like Street Profits held them, DIY, like where it was like DIY held them first, then the Street Profits held them, then the Wyatt Six held them. I'm trying to remember. And then Fraxium were the NXT tag champs for quite a while, actually.
Right.
So then, the question becomes, I'm torn between what you guys are saying. Are the Motor City Machine Guns going to take it and finally get their turn? Because Rey and Andrade isn't really a tag.
The Motor City were champs already, right?
Oh, wait, yes, they were. You're right.
They were the first ones, then DIY.
They beat the Bloodline. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, if that's the case, I don't think it's going to be Rey and Andrade. I don't really see them as a tag team.
I don't either.
I think they just got thrown into this. So, and they're great. I mean, they're very good. But, okay, you know what? I am thinking the Wyatt Six now, because Bob makes a good point. This is the perfect way to build them back up. Like a match with this much mayhem in it. This seems like it would be right up their alley.
And they love it. That's the whole point. Make it show that they love it.
Yeah. Dexter Lumis smiled when he got the announcement. Dexter Lumis doesn't show emotion on his face at all. And he grinned ear to ear when he heard the facts.
I love him. I love Dexter Lumis.
Great. Yeah.
Great.
So I think I'm going to go Wyatt Six. Bob makes a compelling case. It does add up. The story adds up there for that.
Can I say one thing? I'm looking at the card. Tell me if I'm wrong. Penta's not on SummerSlam, correct?
No.
You see him on the card?
I didn't see him, but I'm curious. What if Andrade, someone injures him, and Penta has to come in and team with his brother?
Okay, I mean,
that's an interesting twist.
That change.
But okay, as of right now, it's not on the card.
Okay.
Can it happen? Sure.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Okay. It'd be very interesting if it did. I know that there's been talk about wanting to put those two together for quite some time.
Right.
So it would be a very fun way to do that. But right now, to Bob's point, no dice. That's
so who's you picking, Derek?
I'm going to say the Wyatt Six as well, because I do think that there's very, very good reasoning why this could help build them back up in a match that, let's face it, feels like it's going to fit. That's like a suit they could put on any day of the week.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So that was a tricky one. But let's talk about what's not tricky. And by not tricky, I mean you stand up and appreciate just how much of a man this guy really is. I'm talking about the definition of raw testosterone. The absolute definition of the pinnacle of what a man truly is in this world. The women can't help themselves. Josh, don't you appreciate this?
I do.
You better.
Okay. You really need to absorb exactly what we're talking about here. The one and only Dominic Mysterio taking on your boy, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Should be a good match, actually. This could be a lot of fun. This could be a bit of a surprise, just in terms of how good the match could be. So, all right, Bob, we have to start with you, just because
Okay. Look, I like AJ Styles as a wrestler. I think he's very good. I also think he's on the latter part of his career.
Yeah.
And he is facing an uphill battle because there is a mountain of machismo on the opposite side of that ring. I mean, you talk about women just cannot keep themselves together when he walks around. Dominic is going to win this match. That reaction he got at WrestleMania was just awesome. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a loud pop here as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's going to be quite at that level because he is still the heel, but people like him. They can't help but cheer. Like, did you see that pop that he got on AAA?
Huge pop.
Showed up?
I'm going to say huge.
Yeah,
yes,
so
love him.
I wouldn't doubt if he gets another big pop. I'd say Dom wins this match. Maybe he does it with some help from the Judgment Day, but I do think he wins this match.
Okay. Josh, to you.
First of all, I just want to say what Bob said. That ovation at AAA for him was huge. Mm-hmm. I am a huge AJ Styles fan. I always tell you guys before each pay-per-view, if he loses, is it because of his contract? Has he not resigned? I still have not heard. But despite of how much I love AJ, I think Dominic wins. I think Dominic wins and continues to be IC champ. I think he's done a great job as IC champ. And he's just, God, that guy is just like, to think of how green he was in 2020 during COVID. When you were just like watching him with his dad and being like, okay.
Do you remember when they tried to make him a baby face?
Oh, it's just what he has done. I mean,
get out of here.
Guerrero is looking down in honor because he, in a way, is a second coming of Eddie.
Well, that's his papa.
Like, that's his papa.
Do you remember they did it on camera
20 years ago? He literally, what this guy has done. To be that green and to be this successful and hated and the heat he gets. And now he's getting cheered. Like, it's weird. Like, he's getting a mixed reaction.
He's so good at, he's so good at being a bad guy.
I wouldn't say he's like the greatest wrestler in the world, but by God, is he a fantastic sports entertainer. He's got that charisma that not a lot of guys.
Dominic can work. Homeboy can work.
I think he's a pretty good wrestler too.
He can work, but I'm not saying you don't list him as like a top 5 great wrestler. But he's got such a good. It's almost like if you took Eddie Guerrero and Bobby Heenan, and like brought them together, and that's like Dominic, because Dominic will like hit someone, but then he'll run away.
With Dominic, I actually think that he is one of the best wrestlers. First off, I think he's the greatest Mysterio who's ever wrestled. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, he beat that deadbeat dad of his. Number 2, he also is 1A, like he's the best luchador I've ever seen. There's 2 luchadors I've seen. They're 1A and 1B, and that is Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. Those 2 are the best luchadors I have ever seen.
Segment seriously, Jesus.
What's that?
Lord, you know how to take these segments seriously. Good God.
What? I'm way off base here.
You are.
One is the Intercontinental Champion, and the other one was getting cheered in AAA as well. You see that El Grande Americano had the crowd in the palm of his hands? What's amazing is that he has, like, El Grande has a whole new physique. The way he was able to change his body so quickly is amazing.
Just like that.
And grow inches. Grow tall, gets shorter. It's amazing.
Look, and he actually scrubbed off that fake tattoo that he had on that he was honoring Chad Gable with, and now he scrubbed that off.
That's off now. Yeah. It's fair. Gracias.
Yeah. So, but Dom is the best 1A to the or 1B of the best luchador I've ever seen. Dominic wins this thing.
Josh, to you?
No, I already picked.
Oh, you already picked. Okay, I'll go then. Yeah, I mean, I love Dom too much. I can't. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think AJ is winning.
You know, I do feel for AJ because he's on the back nine now. Like Bob said, we're starting to kind of see the direction of the curve here for him. And
I think he's got 2 years left.
Something like that. Yeah. I wish he was in. Look, he did get a match with Logan Paul at Mania, so he's not out of the picture entirely.
No.
But you do kind of, man, you really hope he gets his due when he finally does decide to like hang it all up.
I mean, if he becomes IC champ, as a fan, do I want to see him that, or would I like to see him with the world title, one of the world titles, one last time? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do his last run. It could be. Right. It could make a story out of that. I don't know.
Right.
I think the way you do this so it doesn't hurt AJ Styles is you have Dom win, but with help from the Judgment Day.
That's exactly.
But I will say this: that way it doesn't hurt AJ. But I will say this: the whole promos that AJ's been doing leading up to this, where he's been showing up like as a janitor, and as a valet, and all this.
Yeah, it's so good.
Great.
No,
stuff.
the fact
I have a note. Yeah, I am not cleared.
He keeps running over to like this, like whatever place, just to grab his doctor's note. It's hilarious.
He showed up in TNA at Slammiversary. They wanted him to wrestle, and WWE wouldn't let him.
Well, all right, it's okay. They still had a good show.
Yeah, no, they did. I'm just saying it would have been cool to see him, do that. But I don't know what his contract like. If he re-signed a contract, and maybe we'll see. I don't know.
We'll get to that when we get to that. I all the best to AJ, right. But I'm sorry. The Titan of testosterone and Dominic Mysterio is going to win this one.
Yeah, I think so. All
right. Now, if that wasn't enough fun for you, drop the cage, gents. It's time to get wild.
No, we all know who's winning this one. We all know who's winning this one.
Well, go ahead, Josh. You're up first.
The craziest SOB you'll see, Jacob Fatu. I don't care if they're
Jared, say what the match is for anybody who's
okay. This is for the U.S. title. This is Jacob Fatu challenging Solo Sikoa, who I love them both. But yes, this is the match. It is a steel cage.
Yeah,
this has got special written. This could be something really great.
This could be a moonsault off the top of the cage through a table. Nuts.
But do you think it is Jacob Fatu who wins?
Oh yeah. He's so over in WWE. I read an article the other day that says they want to push him. Yeah, this is the right time. Yeah, I can't.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win this.
I think he wins this match. I really do. I really do.
Okay, we'll see about that. Okay, you said it's awfully confident.
Yeah, I think he wins this in a bloodbath.
You know what? It would not surprise me at all if some juice starts spilling in this match. Not
it's going to be insane.
This is going to be violent.
Anyone wants to know what I'm talking about? Go watch him in MLW, in Major League Wrestling when he was younger. You'll know why I'm saying this.
He hasn't lost any of that, by the way. He's still the same.
No, and he's skinnier now.
I know. He's leaner, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Bob. What you thinking?
I think you're going to have Solo making remarks throughout the match about how Fatu is back behind bars. He's going to be like, "You're behind bars." Do it.
Boy King Solo is the best. I love Boy King Solo.
He's just like, So I want. I think Solo wins. I think because I think they find a way to get the others involved, his group, even though it's a cage match, they find a way, and I think Solo ends up winning this one. I do think Fatu gets a push down the line, but right now I think Solo finds a way to win it. But it would not surprise me if Fatu won.
Okay. All right. Josh, as much as I would love to see Jacob Fatu win, and I've always loved Jacob Fatu. I actually think Solo's going to win too.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
No.
Okay. Here's the thing. I think that this is all going to end like in some crescendo of like outright violence. Maybe Hell in a Cell. Maybe just something real bad. But I don't think this is the match. I don't think it's just doesn't end in a cage. It's too easy, right? Don't you think, Josh? Like, okay, so now this will keep all the MFT out. Really? Come on.
I feel that Jacob's moving on after this.
To the world title picture?
Maybe. See, this is my issue, and maybe Bob could answer this question. Where are they going with the Sikoa? Well, like, what do they want to do with him? Like, what's his big moment now? It's not fighting Reigns again, right? Like, where's
no, I don't think so.
Where is he going? Where? Yeah, because I don't know.
He's going with his family tree.
That's right.
Yep.
No, I'm being serious to you both. Where is this guy head? Like, is he world title material for the other title?
That's why he needs to. That's why he needs to win this match, and I think continue with MFT, because that's going to help keep his character alive. And then from there, if we've got something great there, you can put that group in numerous possibilities. That's a very strong heel stable, so that could work out fine.
Who's in the group? It's Haku's sons, right?
Yes, the 7-footer is the other of Haku's sons. Well, yeah, no, that's true. It's so I think his name is Tala Tonga,
right?
And then there's Tonga Loa. Dude, they gotta fix these names. This is too confusing.
I know there's so many.
Tonga Loa, yeah. Tonga Loa is another one of Haku's sons. That's right. And then JC Mateo, who is Jeff Cobb. He is not related to anybody there.
Right.
Now, here's what we have been missing. Tama Tonga has not been seen for quite some time.
When was the last time he was on?
I can't even remember now.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So it would not. What if he shows back up?
Why hasn't he been on? Was there a reason?
He was injured. He got hurt. He did something with his arm. Yeah.
Got it.
So if he shows back up, that could make this a lot of fun too.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to say Solo. Bob says Solo. Josh says Fatu. Okay. Good to know. 5, 2. I had to do it. All right. Let's move on to Becky and Lyra. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. It is for the Women's Intercontinental title. Boy, they've really been trying to milk this for all it's worth. It's no disqualification. It's no countouts. Last chance. Lyra doesn't win. She can no longer face Becky, as Becky is champion. So, Bob, tell us what's up.
Lyra wins.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think, like you said, they've been milking this one. And I think ultimately they want to get Lyra over. I mean, she's been getting over with the crowd. Maybe she wins and then she has a feud with Bayley. Maybe Bayley finally gets that Intercontinental title from her.
Mm-hmm.
Or unless Bayley screws Lyra here, and because she's still got to get back at Becky for what happened for WrestleMania, which she still hasn't done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna say though Lyra wins.
Okay, Josh, to you.
Lyra.
Okay.
And I think it's absolutely injustice that Becky is not. I mean, that Bayley is not wrestling again. They could have thrown her in this match. They could have done. I hope she interferes, does something, because she deserves it.
The deserving.
I think this Becky and Lyra thing's gone on way too much. I think this match should have been Becky versus Bayley to start this. I don't get it. Yeah, but I'm going to pick Lyra.
Okay, I'm actually going to say Becky, and I think it's because of what you guys have been talking about here. I think the story they want to get to is Becky versus Bayley. I think that's the grand story. And Lyra's kind of been developing herself into her own character, which has been a little bit more heelish.
Right.
So maybe they're trying to go that route with her. There's possibilities there. So that's what I'm going to say, Becky. I don't like Becky as a heel at all. I just don't. She's not a heel. Not a heel.
Yeah.
She's too likable.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just me. Bob, do you care whether she's a heel or not, or does it matter?
I prefer her as a face.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's terrible as a heel. But I do prefer her as a face. So
yeah. All right. Looks like we're in unanimous agreement there. Okay, 2 Lyras, 1 Becky. Let's talk about the women's match everybody's really going to want to see, though, because this one may be match of the night. It would not surprise me at all. This is the triple threat. Naomi's defending her title against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Dear Lord. All right, Josh, you kick us off for this one.
I really, really want Naomi.
Yeah.
I like Naomi. I'm going to pick Naomi. Excuse me. I think she deserves it. She's had an amazing year. I think for her to lose the title this quickly would be a travesty of justice. I don't think she deserves it. I think she deserves a phenomenal match, which very well could be match of the night. If you say, who do you think if she doesn't win? The obvious choice is Rhea.
Okay.
But I'm picking Naomi.
All right. It's going to be good. Bob, to you, sir.
All right, I'm going to change a pick real quick.
No.
Okay, I'm going to go with Tiffany instead of Jade. Because
Okay.
Naomi got involved.
Yep.
Jade comes in and repays the favor, gets involved in this one, and costs Naomi the title.
God, I hate that. I hate that.
Of course you hate it.
More story.
Yeah, screw you.
And I think Rhea gets the title back. I'd love to say Io gets it back, but I think they're ready to put it back on Rhea.
Yeah, you know what? I'm under Bob's line of thinking here, too. If Naomi does take that away from Jade, Jade's got all the right to come back and take that away from her. And then that's what keeps us going until Bianca's ready to come back into the picture. Then who knows what happens at Mania. I think that's still happening. I really want to believe it's going to happen because I think that would be one of the best Mania matches we've seen. Just in terms of story, Bianca, Naomi, and Jade, it could be awesome. I know, Josh, you don't like it.
I don't like it.
Okay. All right, fine. The deserving thing. I know.
I don't like it.
I like Naomi. I'm shocked you guys don't
No,
like
no. I'm not saying I dislike Naomi.
This has nothing to do with not liking Naomi.
Let me tell you, you guys pick the same people. It's amazing. You both think it's the same one. Why wouldn't you want Naomi to win this?
We didn't say we don't want Naomi. We're telling you what we think's going to happen.
Okay. You guys are
Goodness,
wrong.
Josh, if I'm going to tell you who I want to win all of these, half of those that I've said wouldn't be the choice. I'm not telling you who I think I want to win. Good. Do you honestly pick that way everything that you do? Well, I want them to win, so I'm picking them. Or do you make educated decisions?
No, I pick being a wrestling fan, knowing what I know about WWE.
No, not really.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
No, hold on. This gets back to the match we just talked about with Jacob and Solo. You like Jacob, you pick Jacob.
I also like Jacob based on his career and what he's done and what I've read.
You just confirmed everything you just talked about.
WWE wants to push him.
Okay, you just confirmed everything we just
when
said.
he wins, you guys are going to look like idiots.
Okay.
No, we're not going to look like idiots. I told you, I said I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob Fatu won. I said I just think that Solo's going to win because I think that there's that they still want to tell some story with him.
This has been one of the best stories on SmackDown. Is Solo and Jacob. It's been one of the best ones.
Okay.
And what I think's going to happen is that there's going to be interference.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because I want Solo to win. Well, actually, I kind of do in this case.
See?
But
a hypocrite.
But like, for example, I picked CM Punk to win. Mm-hmm. I'd actually prefer Gunther to win because I think Gunther they want to that they need to build him back up. And I really like Gunther. I'd actually prefer him to win, but I think CM Punk is going to win. That's the case. What I think's going to happen here. I think Naomi will get involved in Jade's match and cost Jade the title, her chance at the title. And I think Jade's going to repay the favor the next night.
Okay.
And I think Rhea's going to win. I think I would not be surprised if Jade takes Naomi completely out of the picture and we get the finish to that Rhea Io Sky match that we didn't get at Evolution.
Oh, see, that would be fun. Yeah, that just basically finish it where it all really started. That's a fun story. That's a good way to do it.
All right, so that's what I think.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. All right. Well, speaking of who you like versus what's an educated decision, that gets us to the main event. Because here we are, round 2. It's the sequel, the rematch. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This time it's a street fight. Bob, you got to kick us off. Who's it going to be?
The obvious choice here is Cody. I want to say they keep the title on John Cena up until late in the run and make it look like he might actually walk away with that title. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the whole Seth Rollins thing changed a lot because he could have cashed in on either one. So I think Cody wins this, and don't be surprised if we get a Cody heel turn. And that leads to John Cena going back to face.
Okay. All right. So there's that.
But I'm pretty sure Cody wins this. I just don't see him not winning it.
Okay.
But I really want Cena to win. And I would love for him to hold on to that title and make it look like he's actually going to walk away with it.
Okay. All right. So Bob's going Cody. Would like to see John win, but going Cody. All right. Josh, go ahead.
Cody wins, turns heel. I think we might have Rock showing up. Kind of having a switcheroo, saying that Cody sold his soul. And I don't know. I'm just going to say the whole Cena heel turn, I've hated. I think it's been done so poorly. Especially just seeing how Hulk Hogan had one of the greatest heel turns ever. I mean, this was no comparison.
He's just mad because he didn't get new music and a new outfit.
No, the whole premise was not
new
good.
Music and wardrobe.
And just even the way he carried it, I didn't like it. I don't think it was done well. And I think he turns babyface on Sunday. And, I don't know where he goes from here in terms of if he does lose the title. Yeah, but I do think I agree with Bob. Cody wins. What if
Cody does turn heel and they've been hinting with him talking with Seth Rollins? What if he takes over as the head of that group?
That could be cool.
That could be fun.
Cody heel.
The only problem with that is then you would have to have Cody on Raw and you'd have to move Gunther over to SmackDown.
Yeah, well, the draft's coming up, right?
I don't even know how much that really matters anymore.
No, Derek, it hasn't mattered for years. You and I both know that.
No, I know, but it matters like even less now because everybody's just going wherever they want to go anyway. So just do that.
But yeah, I just that's what I think. Derek, what do you think?
Okay, here's my dream. This is what I want, but we're going to talk about what I want versus what I think in a moment. But here's what I would want. It's a stretch. I think I would really want The Rock to return, take his time, get in the ring.
Yeah.
Eyeball Cody, have him take off the belt, making it look like he's going to whip him. Turn around, give Cena the rock bottom. And then Rock stands up and looks at Cody, and Cody doesn't know what to make of it. He's like, what is this? And Rock just looks at him and goes, you going to flinch? Or you going to pin him? And Cody pins him. And that's how I would want that to end.
That's good.
I don't think it's going to, though. And you know what? I'm going to be bold. I think Cena retains.
Okay.
I would, like I said, I would so love that.
It is a different win, though. He wins, but it's almost in a way where he's like he didn't like the way he won. It's like it upsets him. It like starts to eat away at him. Like he's starting to feel like what I'm doing is wrong. He doesn't like it. So that's when I think we're going to start to see the story of the babyface Cena return, because he's starting to flinch. Kind of like what he did at Backlash. Remember when he walked, like he got out of the ring and he started kind of like this blank stare, this gaze, like, what am I doing? I think it's going to be like that. That's why I think this is going to end. So I will take Cena. Well, this will be interesting. We have 2 Codys, 1 Cena here. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Now, I agree that that's what I would like to happen.
Yeah.
I just think Cody wins it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I really would love to see my Rock ending, but that may be asking too much.
I'm ready for a Cody heel turn. I want to see what he can do.
A lot of people are.
I want to see what he can do with heel.
I don't necessarily need it this fast. Like that's not fast, but I don't need it right now, but I know it's got to be on its way probably sooner than later.
Because wasn't he a heel in Ring of Honor and people loved him as a heel? Like he was a good heel?
Yeah, he was more of a heel in Japan than he was in Ring of Honor.
Or in Japan, that's right. You're right. For New Japan, he was a heel.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I think there's maybe just a little bit more work to be done with Cody as a babyface. I don't think ultimately, I want to see Cody turn on Roman. That's the heel turn I want to see Cody have.
That would be cool too.
That's the one that should really have it happen. But we don't know where that's going to go with Roman and Seth, that's another Mania match that should happen. There's way too much story there. So I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm going to say John wins, but reluctantly, and then we have an interesting story. We see what happens from there.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
Gents. So place your bets.
Right.
Bob, see you at the win. We'll get the over-under on all the baby faces and heels, and we'll take it from there. All right. That's it. I think we can officially sign off. That was a long one. Thank you, though, gents. It's always fun. Bob, social media. Let's hit it.
You can find me over on my YouTube channel at Bob Loves Movies. Also, you can find me on X and Criticless. I should have a review of The Naked Gun out, hopefully Friday. So
good stuff. Looking forward to that. All right. Josh, to you, sir.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn.
Yep. All right. Well, being Magnum PI like I am, it tends to age you. And me aging, you can always find me with those old people over on Facebook and LinkedIn. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Signing off for the night. Thanks.
Well, have a good night.
Bye.